Hi everybody, welcome back to Kingdom Health Creators. If you're new to the channel, remember to subscribe to this channel and do like this video and watch it till the end. We got something really exciting about a new website that I'm going to talk about, which I have found quite helpful so far, and I just want to give you a quick review and idea, and that's a website called Quantsapp. So if you've seen some of my previous videos, you'll know that I subscribe to Senseibo and I use that a lot for my options trading, simply because of the the options data that's available, which is really important for people like me, and I've really found it helpful. But this is another website which is kind of similar to Senseibo, which kind of gives you something in a different perspective, but regarding futures and options. And so I thought that was really good as I started going through this website. So let's take a deep dive into Quantsapp. Now, if you look here, Quants app, this is the website, web.quantsapp.com. If you want, you can subscribe to this. And so I'll show you the subscription cost so you understand. I haven't taken the pro version yet. If you bill it monthly, it's about 3,000 rupees each month. If you take it on a yearly basis, it comes you save nearly half of that, which is really good. But you can actually get a lot of things for free on this website. In fact, you also have a 7-day trial period that you can use the first time you sign up. And I did that. I went through all of it the first time around, and it looked really good. You also have something called a live demo where they will demo the website to you. I thought that was really cool. But let's look at what are the what's the difference between the free version and what are the tools that you get when you sign up for the pro version. Okay, one thing that I really saw that I really liked during my trial version was something that's only available on the pro version, not available on the free version. Is this built up script and built up sector? If you look here, you can see that the built up script will show you a proprietary built up cycle tool, which basically will show you what is the positioning in that particular script. Okay, which means whether people are covering, whether they're long unwinding, whether they're building up long positions, or whether they're building up short positions. So that's something that you can see on a day-to-day basis. I thought that was really useful. It's available only in the pro version. Of course, it's not something that you really need. You can kind of get an understanding of this by watching the options data also. But I thought that was really helpful. If there is a reason why I would particularly go for the pro version, that is the reason why. There is this amazing tool where you can see the people covering, going short, all of that. Go home, you can see that there's a lot of things that are available here. Okay, you can see there's something called the result analysis, which will show you how the results have been, how the stock price has changed based on results for the last few quarters and on each different FNO shares, okay, and other shares as well. You have volume analysis. You have an FNO scanner, which is only available on the pro version. You have a lot of things that are amazing. I haven't gone through all of these, just so you know. But here's another thing that I really found interesting. If you look at this, this will give you an idea of how liquid each share is on the put side and the call side. And now you can see here, for example, Bosch is not something that's very liquid. So if you're going to trade options on it, not a very good idea. I'm not saying it's bad, but not a very good idea. Cummins India, for example, another issue where it's not very liquid. So I thought this was a really good one to just quickly look at and see. Hindustan Lever makes a lot of sense. It's quite liquid, but ICSI, IG, not so much. Okay, so it depends. You can see that Indus Tower is not so liquid, Indigo is not so liquid, and I know that from trading options on those two shares before. But if you're new, you probably wouldn't know. So you can quickly pick out what is liquid and what is not liquid. I can even do this by 5 stars and then check, to see which are the most liquid shares, okay, or where the option trading is much more easier. On Sensabo, we do have open interest, but I thought the open interest here is a little more easier to understand. Let me just take up, okay, click open interest, and now let me, okay, now I have a position catalog. So let's look at this, okay. Now, this will tell me on a daily basis of where people, especially bigger players, are building up, the selling calls, and where they are unwinding and they're putting selling puts. I'll give you a good explanation of this. Okay, one reason why I used this site and made a decision to enter Lupin. Now, when I first saw Lupin moving, this buildup was different. Okay, the sell side on 1100 was quite high on the call side. Okay, there were a lot of people who sold out, who had sold calls at the 1100 point. But when I saw this 1100 breaking, and then people unwinding here, that made me realize, hey, what I should do is I should start selling put. I sold the 1100 put. Then later on, so I built quite a good position here, while others were, this was a good place to put some sales here. In fact, I think I sold it at about 9 rupees, somewhere at 8.5 or 9 rupees per put. And right now it's at 2.5 rupees, just 2 days. Okay. But that was a good place to begin because I saw the unwinding here. Uh, and similarly, I can show you some other position that I take at TVS Motors, for example. The largest call sold is at 700. So the initial calls that I sold were at 750, and later I sold some at 720. But for the major part, those were the two positions. And here you can see that 550 was the largest puts being sold. So that's my entry position here initially. And then I would slowly build up these positions. I currently have 750, 720, and now 700 and 550 at the lower end. And if the price starts moving upwards again, if it starts breaking these, I can see this visually. This makes a lot of sense because you can see when the green bar is starting to have a bit of black coming in, that means people are unwinding their calls. If there's additions being added, you can see it's call additions. Quite really nice tool. Okay, another position that I have, say, let's look at Sun Pharma for example. Okay, now Sun Pharma has shot up quite a bit. I initially had a position at 750. Sorry, 770 initially. Then I entered 750, and my lower strike was at 590. Again, as you can see, was the largest. But as this creeps up, okay, looking at this, there's going to be a bit of struggle for Sun Pharma to cross 700, and so 710 seeing a lot of build up as well. So this makes me able to decide, which puts to sell, which calls to sell, what not to get into, and all of that. Now, let me look at another example, Marico. Okay, now if you look at Marico, the largest call is the high resistance at 500. And interestingly enough, 510 is what I sold. And a lot of people are also are selling 510 now. So you can see that the build up in 510 is quite high. On the lower side, I initially entered at 410. I still have that. Just 2 days back, I got into 430 as well. Not 2 days. Oh no, actually 2 days back, 430. And now you can see that people are building up at 510 and 430. Which is good for me because those are the furthest away that I place my positions at as well. And so as long as the price stays between here, it's good. So for me, this one really made a lot of sense, and it's available for free. Okay, you don't have to pay anything to understand this, and it's quite good. So basically, those are my thoughts about this new website. I'm still learning a bit about it and exploring it more. I might eventually take the pro version, but first let me go through it entirely. But this is just a quick first update on Quantsapp. I found it very useful. In fact, nowadays I tend to look at it more than Senseibo. The reason why I keep still looking at Senseibo and I still have a subscription there is simply because I like how Senseibo does the returns on the the strangles that I tend to take. Here, even though it's available, I'm not sure it's something that I really like looking at this, because you can only add one at a time and things like that. I like Sensible's more intuitive way of picking up the option that you're selling and the quantities and all of that. So that's the only thing that I'm not very happy about here.
So I hope that helped you. I hope you've learned something from this. You should always continue to learn when it comes to the stock market, and that's the best way to grow in this. And I hope that you make some good use of this new website as well. Thank you so much.